Think about the worst money decision you ever made. The thing you swore you never do and then did anyway. Now here's the part nobody tells you. You didn't make that decision. Not really. A part of your brain that's older than the money, older than the language, older than the idea of a bank account made it for you. And then a second part of your brain stepped in and built you a nice little story about why it was smart. You've been blaming the wrong guy this whole time. Let me show you who actually runs the show. Okay, so here's how most people picture a decision. You sit down, you weigh the options, you pick the smart one, cold, logical, like a math problem. That's not how it works, not even close. There's a scientist named Antonio DiMaggio who studied people with damage to one specific part of the brain, the part right behind your forehead that connects thinking to feeling. One patient, he called him Elliot. He was brilliant, high IQ, could talk through every option like a pro, but he couldn't actually decide anything. Where to eat, what appointment to book. He would sit there for hours listing pros and cons and never land because the feeling that says, this the one, go with this one, was gone. Sit with that for a second. The man could think perfectly, he just couldn't feel which choice mattered, and that made him useless at deciding. So here's the truth. Emotion isn't the enemy of good decision. Emotion is the thing that makes deciding possible at all. Your gut tags every option with a feeling before your logical brain wakes up. Now flip it to money. You walk past a car you can't afford before you run a single number. Your body is already lit up. The story. I deserve this. I work hard. The payments aren't that bad. That comes after. Your logical brain isn't the judge, it's the lawyer. And it works for the feeling. Quick one. Would you rather have one apple today or two apples tomorrow? A lot of people would grab the one today. Now, would you rather have one apple in a year or two apples in a year and a day? Almost everybody wastes the extra day. Same exact trade, one day for a free apple. But when it's right now, now feels different. Economists call this present bias. Your brain discounts the future hard, steeply, irrationally hard. A reward you can touch today feels gigantic. The same reward next month feels like a rumor. This is the whole game with money. Saving is just future you asking present you for a favor. And present you does not care about that guy. Future you is basically a stranger wearing your face. That's why the $200 sits in your checking account and quietly turns into takeout and a thing you saw online, instead of turning into $200 that's still alive in 5 years. It's not that you don't know better, you know exactly better. It's that the part of you making the call literally cannot feel the future. The future has no smell, no weight, no rush to it. The taco does. Once you see this, you stop trusting your in the moment self with big money calls. That's not weakness, that's strategy. Losing $100 hurts more than winning $100 feels good. By a lot. Two psychologists, Danielle Kahneman and Amos Tversky, ran the numbers on this and found something wild. Losing feels 2.25 times as strong as winning the same amount. Read that again. Lose $100. Win $100. Those don't cancel out in your head. The loss hits more than twice as hard. Watch what that does to your money. You hold a losing stock way too long because selling makes the loss real. And a real loss is agony. You won't ask for the raise because a no stings more than a yes would feel good. You panic sell at the very bottom because watching the number drops hurts so bad you'll do anything to make it stop, even the dumbest possible thing. Your brain isn't trying to make you money. It's trying to keep you from pain. Those are not the same goal. They're barely even friends. And here's the kicker. The wiring was useful once when you almost had nothing. Losing a little could kill you. So evolution taught you to guard what you have like your life depends on it. The problem is you don't live in that world anymore. You live in a world where flinching at every loss is exactly what keeps you broke. The chase is the whole point. The prize is a letdown. Everybody thinks dopamine is the pleasure chemical, the reward, the hit. It's not, and this one changes everything. A scientist named Wolfram Schultz put sensors on the brain cells that pump out dopamine and watch them fire in real time. Here's what he found. The dopamine doesn't spike when you get the reward. It spikes when you expect it. It's anticipation. It's the chase, the wanting, not the having. They proved it cold. Animals with their dopamine switched off still enjoyed a treat once it was in their mouth. They just wouldn't get up to go get it. The liking was fine. The wanting was gone. So sit with what that means for your wallet. The good feeling isn't the purchase. It's in the click, the add to cart, the it ships tomorrow. By the time the box actually shows up, the high is already gone and your brain is already hunting the next one. That's not a you problem. That's the design. Every app, every store, every notification is built to ride that anticipation loop. They're not selling you stuff. They're selling you the chase over and over, and the chase never fills up. And it can't. That's the whole trick. And no, you're not just bad with money. You probably heard of the marshmallow test. Put a kid in a room, 1 marshmallow now or 2 if they wait. The story everyone tells is that the kids who waited grew up to win at life, and the kids who grabbed it grew up to struggle. Willpower is destiny. Case closed. Except in 2018, researchers ran it again, bigger, way more kids, from way more different backgrounds, and the magic mostly vanished. Once you accounted for how much money the kid's family had, waiting barely predicted anything. Think about why. A kid who grew up where promises get broken and food runs out learns something smart. Eat the marshmallow now because later is not guaranteed. That's not a broken kid. That's a kid who read the room correctly. So when you make the bad money move, the spend, the grab, the can't wait, a lot of that isn't some character flaw you were born with. It's a brain that adapted to a world of scarcity, still running that old software in a world that changed on it. That should take some weight off. Your bad decisions aren't proof you're broken. They're proof your brain is doing exactly what it was built to do. The job now isn't to hate yourself for it. It's to update the software. So how do you actually beat it? Here's the thing that ties all this together. Every one of these, the emotion running the show, the future feeling fake, losses hurting double, the endless chase, the scarcity reflex, they all happen fast. They all happen in the moment. That's the one thing they share, which means the move is almost stupidly simple. You add time. You can't out logic your brain in the moment, because in the moment, the emotional brain is already holding the wheel, but it can't hold the wheel forever. So you build in delay, the 24-hour rule before any big purchase, the savings that move automatically before you ever see the money. So present you never gets a vote. The big call made on a calm day, written down in advance, so future you isn't improvising at the worst possible time. You're not trying to become a robot. You're trying to give the slow, smart part of you a chance to show up before the fast part spends your rent. That's it. That's the secret nobody wants to tell you, because there's no product attached, just friction, just time. So the next time you feel that pull, the gotta have it, the can't wait, the make the pain stop, pause, name it. That's not you. That's the old software running. And the second you see it running, you don't have to obey it. If this rewired something for you, stick around. We do this every week. We take the messy stuff going on inside your head and we make it make sense. I'll see you in the next one.